Oh my God, that 30 days challenge was so difficult. Hello guys, it's Lynn here again. And in this episode, I want to share with you my thoughts on what it felt like to do our 30 days challenge. So in my previous video, I told you guys that we decided to do a 30 days challenge where we have 1 hour every single night to focus on the kids and our family and no phone. Before that, we never had any structure. We just kind of allowed the kids and us to do whatever we want after work. But after we had a live coaching session with our coach Uma, we decided that one of our goals this year is to be more connected as a family. And so this was the first time we threw a challenge together and the kids loved it. Number one was the kids loved that because we never normally have any challenges or any structure. They kind of really like that there's something interesting and challenging to do. And so they were all in with this 30 days challenge. Number one is that it gave us something mutually to work together. So every night they would go, is it the 1 hour yet? So they actually were looking forward to it. Even though it felt like it's something that we're taking away, which is no phone, it's all about the family. It's actually not a punishment for them. It is actually something they look forward to, which is a really, really good thing. Now, on the parent side, for me, I really just wanted to see through. I love challenges and I love completing them. Was it difficult? Yeah, it's because we had to force ourselves to think of how we're going to play and connect with each other. How about my husband? Well, my husband found it really challenging because he didn't realize that it's going to be every single day. And even though it just only was 1 hour, it just became something that he was like, not his cup of tea. And here's the reason why. The reason why this challenge was a bit more difficult was, number one, we had different expectations. So my husband came into this challenge thinking that we were going to have a 1 hour sit down, eat food together, dining and talking like graciously like adults. Because in his mind, he thought that that's what you do as a family when you're eating dinner. So he wanted to do this 1 hour during dinner time. But little did he realize that our kids are a lot younger. So 6 and 8 years old, they weren't gonna just sit there and talk. The first few days, we already realized that they were fidgety, they ate quickly and they wanted to do something. So you can't really expect little kids to be sitting there talking to you. So for me, I quickly thought of new ideas on how we can do different things. So every single day, I kind of came up with activities, maybe asking questions that are like engaging. Like if you were a superhero for the day, what would you be? And I would throw it at my kids and they love that. They love that kind of conversation. They don't want you to just ask, how's your day? What is it? You know, they want it to be engaging for kids. So they enjoyed that. However, my husband was like, this is a weird conversation. Like, I don't know what superhero I am. So that was challenging. It's like me being in the middle, trying to create and fun for the kids while not really catering to the husband. The benefit of all these 30 days of coming up with activities for the family is that we were so creative. Or I would say I was so creative. I came up with games like playing blindfolds and hide and seek and just so many different ways to connect with our kids. We had the most fun, let's just say. We spent so much time with the kids. Even though it's just 1 hour a day, it just felt so present and so connected and it's all about them. Now that was a problem. So one thing I realized with this digital detox was that it became about kids fun. How do we make the kids have fun? Ultimately, after the 30 days challenge, we decided that we're going to have a few days a week of the 1 hour quality time. And instead of doing every single day, it's just a few days a week. And each day will be for someone. One day it could be what my husband wants to do. Next time would be what my daughter wants to do. Or another time would be my son, for example. I guess from our experience is that we got the good side out of it. It was like being creative, thinking of things to do together, but also being smart about it next time. Like, how are we going to plug this into our life so it's sustainable? And sustainability means you don't have to expect it to every single day, but it can be a few times a week. Ultimately, now after trying that a few days, we realized that what we wanted to do is even more different. Nowadays, we have actually used digital allowance or digital time as a reward for our kids. So when our kids are doing well, they get to have 1 hour every single night of playing on their computer or their phone. And because before we didn't have any structure, so now that we've got this kind of taste of what it's like to have controlled time of digital, we decided that we're giving them 1 hour a day where they get to be on their phone. And if they're naughty, they also get their time deducted. So there are some days when they were naughty that they didn't get to play with their phone and they loved it. They actually enjoyed this challenge. That's like, it just gives them a bit of something to strive for, something to look forward to. And it also shows the character of each kid actually. So my daughter would actually be a saver, even though she gets 1 hour every single day, she actually decides to not use her hour and just do something else instead of being on her phone, because she likes to accumulate things. So she's a type that would like to save money or save time. She doesn't want to actually spend it all. Then you have my son, who loves to spend whatever he gets given. So it's good to see it now so that we could actually kind of deal with it, teach them, guide them in the right way. Over time, he started to kind of learn to use sparingly. Like, instead of using the full hour of his time, he goes, I want to only use half now. I'm going to save it for tomorrow. So he's getting better at it. But my daughter is a complete saver. And so I really love this challenge because it's gotten us to think of time on our digital device as a currency. So instead of rewarding our kids with money, we're now rewarding them with pleasure time. You know, how much time they get to spend with the digital devices has become something that we can, you know, reward and punish for. And so even when I want my son to make his bed, I actually go, you know, you can have 15 minutes of time if you do this bed. Every bed equals 15 minutes each. And they appreciate it more. And I love it because sometimes when you're paying them money, they end up going, I want to buy toys with it. I want to, you know, use the money for things that you don't want more clutter in the house. Whereas with time, it's a virtual thing. So even if they used up the time, it doesn't matter. Like, I mean, there's no mess around, right? And so it's just a different type of currency that we both treasure. In short, I would like to say that it was such a great experience for us, experiment as well, because it allowed us to see how connected can we be, how creative can we be to think of things to satisfy each other, and how much time we can and memory we can create just by consciously detaching ourselves from devices and using device time as a currency with our kids. And it's actually worked out really well. So I think it was a really, really great experience, and we look forward to actually setting up new challenges together as a family too, because before we never used to come up with a challenge together, whereas now I think it's going to make us think, okay, what else can we do in a few months time where we can test things out or challenge ourselves together as family. So it will make our family a lot more adventurous and exciting. Thank you so much for watching, and yeah, if you have any questions for me, love to hear in the comments below. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next episode.